So what's our cold open this week? Know what the fuck are we talking about today?
Gosh,
Stacy.
that actually might
Stacy.
just have been it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the A Collective.
the girls are fighting.
The media is already sending for sisterhood meets sad.
Girl, this is funny. This
Oh, I'm putting bloopers in at the end of every episode. Hello there. Welcome in to another episode of the A Collective. I am Shannon, and hanging out with me today are...
Stacy.
At least she said her own name this time. And I'm a bye.
All right, ladies, we're almost at the end of the first week of the Trump presidency.
It is approximately 2:45 p.m.
Let's get at it. Let's talk about it. Because this week has felt like a year already.
It's already felt like 3.
I'd say 4.
We wish it was 4.
And we still
God.
have a ways to go.
I mean, how can you feel like this after a week? I feel like I had just been drugged down the street, and the sentiment is there from everyone.
There's been a lot going on. A lot. I mean, he said there would be
Unnecessary
actions.
things.
Well, and after listening to how fucking hopeful we were just on Saturday, it hasn't even been a week.
No. Lots of things are happening that I didn't expect. Like, I didn't expect the hiring freeze. I didn't expect folks' job offers to be rescinded. I certainly didn't see the DEI thing coming on a federal level, meaning the people were going to lose their jobs. I could see doing away with it, but people losing their jobs? I think we went too far.
What about all of this didn't go too far? Him running for office is too far.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are. We knew about Project 2025, and we're saying it. But who believed it? I know
In the
I
living
did.
flesh. I mean, I believed it would happen, but I really didn't believe the majority of the Americans that voted in the election would vote for that and would be okay with that happening, knowing it was a possibility.
Knowing that it would hurt them as well.
Well, people have a long history of doing things that are against their own best interests in all areas of life. Let's be clear. All areas of life. I mean, that part doesn't surprise me. I mean, there are people defending that to the end. And let me be clear. Let me preface this by saying Black people are not monolithic. We all have different thoughts, feelings. However, I am a part of the 92%.
Yes,
Leave no
ma'am.
doubt. And every Black man, except one, every Black man that I know is a part of the 84%. I just was on Facebook today, and there was a brother going hard in the paint for Trump. He was African, but he was going hard in the paint. That was troubling. Like, sir, don't you realize he coming for you too? He don't like you. He coming
Black
for you. You
Immigrant.
got an accent. He coming for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a reward, too, for calling on people.
Oh.
I think it's up to $750. So, I mean,
You
We're
think
stuck
people are
with
dying
it.
people out for $750?
wouldn't you?
100%.
For
Stop that.
$750 or $750,000?
750. I
Oh,
may.
but I would. I don't know that $750 is worth it.
If you have been
And-
hateful and you have tried to argue with me about certain things, absolutely.
To get all the things. I don't know if it's worth it.
But typically you wouldn't do something like that. There would have to be circumstance behind it. And for clarification, I don't have any neighbors that I would out. Okay? So there is a number, though. We can put it at the end of and people are interested in doing it. Hell, times are hard.
All money ain't good money. Is that really good money?
I mean, if they're I'm tired of being the bigger people.
But is it really good money? And because I'm somebody, I firmly believe karma and the Lord are always going to spin the block, baby. They're going to spin the block.
Not like Ashanti, because her spin back wasn't great.
Now she's getting more than she bargained for. Because baby,
Talk about that one, too.
the
that was
internet
to
was
the left.
relentless. They were like, "Come get your man." Do you have no? Yeah, basically, you didn't talk to your man. You out here letting your man look crazy?
He looked crazy on his own.
But we said, because I just listened to the episode, we all called it. She was going to get more heat.
She did. She really did.
Like the heat is heating.
She really did get more heat behind that.
Well,
But I think a bunch of them, I think Nelly is getting heat he did not expect. I just saw a clip of Soulja Boy absolutely unhinged.
girl, we talked about Soulja Boy last week, though, because Soulja Boy went to lunch early.
He did.
Tell
and
me he
from
did.
this clip, I could absolutely tell
Absolutely.
he is angry. He should be angry at himself, though.
But he held hands with his other classmates when they went to the cafeteria.
Anyone that is surprised that they get heat as a Black person in entertainment, if they don't expect to get heat, going to bow down to him, like there are way bigger problems at play.
My question will be, will the community, Black community primarily, ostracize them as long as they've ostracized Chrisette Michele? Because again, there we go with the man-woman thing, and women take more heat than men. And she's still struggling to recover from 8 years ago.
And you know what's wild is then there are people like Candace Owens who can do no wrong.
Do no wrong to who?
Well, no,
To what base?
Yeah, because she's not considered over here.
We
Yeah.
let her be drafted in the racial draft.
Yeah,
we
she's gone.
we traded
yeah,
somebody else.
right. No, but like, you know what I mean? She still claims MAGA and MAGA claims her.
Until the right situation comes along.
Absolutely. It's
Right.
situation.
She has not had the right
Well,
situation.
I think I'm fully aware that she's going to that. Yeah.
And listen,
But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of scary how long.
but baby, I believe this 4 years, they're going to spend the buck on her
Well, they should
and put her in her place and help her remember who they
You are
think
Black
she is.
like this.
No, you ain't Black. Use an N-word.
With the ER.
Hard R. Oh, yeah, they're going to spend the block on her. I think she is going to be in for a rude awakening. The Klan is passing out flyers. The Klan is out passing out flyers. And some women's Klan-ish group is passing out flyers and recruiting members. These people are out here actively recruiting in the public, in the open, with an email, phone number, call us, reach out. We here for you. Let's go. And if we don't think people who are that emboldened aren't going to eventually spin the block on somebody like Candace Owens, she's delusional, and the people who don't think it's going to happen are delusional.
Thoughts and tariffs.
Like, and I have, and I'm going with, I've got concepts of thoughts and tariffs, and I'm going to quote Denzel from Remember the Titans. It's like Novocaine, just give it time.
I mean, I guess the most appropriate thing I could say right now would just be like, I just really don't like her.
It's a little light bulb head. And then
I
she
just-
just is so hateful, and she stands on it. I
And
mean,
that's
one
my
thing.
thing. She stands 2 feet planted.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, because I know what you are saying and doing is wrong. Like, no. You know what I mean? Even the white women that are smart enough, like, we want to see her down because she making y'all look. I know you don't claim her, but what I'm
We don't
saying
like
is,
that woman. I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
I don't know who
We
her
traded
people
her.
are.
I
Yeah,
know.
traded
we
her
don't
in
know
the
who her
draft.
people are. Nothing. So just
So if you're like this, see, they don't claim her either. We
Y'all can
don't
have
want her. No, we don't want her.
No,
We have
no,
already
no.
made that very clear.
You could have her. No, really.
girl, don't nobody want her. Yeah. So
She could just be her own.
the shooting that happened in Nashville.
She fucking
Yeah.
contributed to it.
Yeah.
She
The-
did. I missed
Yes.
this. I didn't miss the shooting, but I missed her part in this. What happened?
So
Fill me
the-
in.
yeah, and I think he was 16, 17 years old. I should know better. I'm in Nashville, but it was pretty much a hate crime. And he said that he did not like being Black. So he said that Candace Owens, like, honestly influenced him dropped her name. And so people are asking, and it's a lot of conversation around here. Do you feel like it's her fault? No, it's not her fault. But people look up to you when you do this kind of stuff. This is a young man that obviously was troubled. Like, if you're going to school to shoot people, but you've been emboldened by another brown person that has the same self-hate, then guess what? That's who you gravitate to.
And then she spews so much hate. She riles up people.
And prayers to the victims here, anyone that was involved in
Absolutely.
that.
God.
Because that's awful to start January off, the school shooting.
This is the thing, though. I think that, and this is worth probably a whole show, other separate conversation. Words have weight. Now, how we used to be like, sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
They do.
They hurt.
Mhm.
They carry weight. Rhetoric that is inflammatory is dangerous. And I think people forget that. They forget when you have this kind of platform that there's a responsibility. And this kind of rhetoric is dangerous. And, the right doesn't talk about this enough, but school shooters and all these things that are happening, it's homegrown. It's homegrown kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Radicalization.
Mhm.
So these folks are coming from inside the homeland, as people in the government like to say, and they're being radicalized by online social media rhetoric. And we've got to figure out a way to stop it, to become more responsible, that kind of thing, because it's getting out of hand.
It absolutely is. They don't even acknowledge that this is happening, right? They just blow right by it. They bury it, kind of like they're trying to bury January 6th, and move along and say, I didn't do it. I'm not responsible. Just because the things I say, like, that I'm not responsible.
Why is there a need to be accountable when we have someone in leadership that isn't accountable for the things that they've done?
Right.
We've got to figure out a way.
We're fucked up too.
Let's just go on and talk about the week and the flurry of shit that has come our way this week. Today, I heard Dr. Fauci's security detail has been canceled. So this goes along with John Bolton and Mike Pompeo, that he removed their security detail this week because they spoke out against him.
He had to. Fauci is a smart man. I pray that he had been putting money aside for when he had to hire his own security detail.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I pray that he can afford. Can we start a campaign? Because they don't. No, y'all. I was on Twitter during the pandemic.
And it was bad, wasn't it?
It is, that man cannot be without security. That is terrifying. Those crazies, like,
Yep. So this is what that happened earlier today.
yeah.
Because we're filming on Friday. But
I got back and I was like, what? Why?
I did not hear that. I haven't been in the news yet
Yeah.
since early this morning. I knew
So,
John Bolton's had been canceled. I did not know Mike Pompeo even
Yeah.
had a detail and it had been canceled.
Yeah.
What's ironic is, I know they spoke out, but they both served in Republican administrations, and they're Republicans, both Republicans.
doesn't matter. But they spoke out against the menace.
He's not a Republican. He is a MAGA. They went back to the Republican. They like got the MAGA out of their brain, and they put their Republican brain back in, and then they spoke out against him, and he don't like that.
He's been ostracized.
They are rhinos. They
But
have
that-
been labeled rhinos, and you know what that happened.
And
But
it's just Friday.
But the MAGA wing of the Republican Party has hijacked the Republican Party.
Absolutely.
Traditional, centrist, even not quite far right leaning Republicans, they feel like they have no home. They
They
feel
don't
like they have
support
no
all
home.
of this either.
No,
That's
they
the
don't. That's
thing.
what I'm saying. They feel like the Liz Cheneys, the Dick Cheneys. I personally believe the Bushes don't
Yeah.
feel like they have
No.
a home. Where is
Yeah.
their Republican Party?
The remaining McCain, like,
The McCains.
yeah, I don't know so much about his daughter, but
Girl, we're not gonna talk about her. Let's just
I just don't know where she's at right now because
I think
she
she's
just like
MAGA.
flip flops.
Yeah, I think she was kind of MAGA.
She's a flip flopper though. Like she went kind of against, and then she went for, then I think she went against again, and then apparently she went back.
I think sometimes people blow whichever way the wind is blowing.
Exactly.
But you should never do that the way he treated your father.
Yeah.
He said about
that's why I have
father.
zero. She's trash. I have zero respect for her.
Marco
Zero.
Rubio?
Girl,
Little
Marco looked
Marco?
like he was about to cry the other day. He was on something. And I was like, has he been getting a spanking?
Listen, he was called Little Marco. And he accepted a job from that man.
Yep.
Endorsed him
call
and
him
everything.
daddy for the next 4 years.
Baby, who's your daddy? When I tell you to jump, you better say how high.
Mm-hmm.
And not question
It's a different kind of food. It's power. You know what?
You know what? Power corrupts. Absolutely. And absolute power corrupts, right?
Right.
And I guess these people are power hungry because there's no way, right?
Mm-mm.
You're going to humiliate me on national TV and then talk about my wife, and then I'm going to endorse you.
His
I'm gonna
wife should have
endorse
went
you.
upside his head. So let's talk about that. No, I don't condone domestic violence. We have to say that. She should have jumped on his ass. She should have jumped on his ass and divorced him.
There's no way.
Because who are you defending now? I can't trust that you're going to take care of me. You're not defending me.
Yeah, not protecting
And that's your role
me.
as a husband. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was sad to see that. But I was just like, okay, power. It's about power because there's no way you're going to humiliate me and talk about my wife.
On Monday, I didn't see. Now, of course, I didn't watch it. But did we see him in the main room or was he in the overflow?
Oh, no, I think he was in the main room.
I have no idea.
They were talking. Well, so I don't remember whether I saw him or not because, like, I couldn't see the second row. But he was in the second row, even though he was supposed to be in the front.
Are you sure he was in the?
Let's just
He
talk
was in the
about.
because I saw a video that was talking about, like, look at all the like they come before the cabinet.
Yeah, they were in front of the cabinet members, but I thought his family was in the first row, then the Tech Titans, and then the cabinet.
Well, I know they said
Maybe I don't know.
Ron DeSantis was in the overflow room
Ah,
in the children's church.
boy.
That's what we call it. He was going over there.
what a little
No,
bitch
we don't want
boy.
you in here with the main people.
Was he wearing his
Like,
white
what
boot?
he get?
Was he
There's a
wearing
rank.
Was he wearing his white boot?
Boo.
With the
So
heel?
can we talk about fashion and things that I saw? And it's only one.
I have such a good.
So I started seeing clips. Well, we're going to talk about the Hamburglar too, because that's
where I want to go.
looked like the Hamburglar.
I just
that little hat, and
no,
I
but
don't
the
know
hat was so amazing.
I don't know what the symbolism is though.
I do. The hat is such a fuck you to him. It is amazing.
Is
okay,
it?
please explain. Miserable. She hates him.
Well,
Okay, so explain. Do tell.
Okay, so the hat was specifically made for her, and I'm pretty sure she was very heavily hands-on with the design of it. And I can't remember who designed it. It was a designer I recognized.
okay.
Anyway, he couldn't kiss her. The brim was so stiff and
couldn't
just
get
at the
under
right.
it.
Yeah, he couldn't. It was just the right amount where he could get close, but couldn't get to her. Especially after hearing that she was like heavily involved with like the design of it.
That was intentional, but she looked like the Hamburglar. And then can we talk about Jeff Bezos' fiance?
Are we gonna just glaze over JD Vance's wife looking like she was going to senior prom?
She had on pink, didn't she?
It was
She
like a
did.
dusty pinkish. It was like this kind of.
Yeah.
She looked like she was going to prom.
But
Yeah.
she left like as soon as he took the oath. She didn't wait for Trump to take the oath. Her and the kids.
Yeah, because she didn't know if he was going to touch that Bible or not. And if he touched that Bible, then everybody's going. Get me out of here.
She's at least that smart.
Exactly. I didn't think she was horrible. I know
I
that
just thought it was just
Lauren Sanchez, is that her name?
Jeff Bezos' person. I didn't see what
Oh,
she had
yeah.
on.
Bra top on. She had like a white
Now I got to go looking.
jacket.
But what is she do? What's with them overfilling their fucking faces.
Yeah, she looked windblown. Like everything was pulled back.
She
Her
was so
boobs were
pretty
sitting up.
before all that.
They were sitting up, and she had on like a lace bra
Yeah,
that was exposed at inauguration.
it was
No.
wild.
See,
Yeah.
man,
She looked like a 2-cent hooker. Like,
do you
it
see
was-
it? How have we
Honey,
not shared this
it's
in our
the-
group chat?
It's the second top searchable thing on Google.
Oh, it has to be. I mean, it is wild.
Shit. It's like a lady up
Mm-hmm. I was like, that is what she decided to wear to
That-
an
she does.
inauguration. That just shows what even people around him think he looks like, or he act, think he,
there.
right?
She's selling. And then like Mark Zuckerberg
They think
got caught looking because they were out. And I was like, so that was atrocious.
Isn't Zuckerberg single now?
His wife was there.
I thought they were getting a divorce.
They said there were rumors of divorce, but she showed up with him and she was dressed like a lady.
Of course she was.
She was.
She's a class act.
This
Isn't
right
she a
here-
whole like MD or something?
Yeah.
Like she didn't need him.
No, they met in college. Like, she knew him before he was Facebook.
and she did that anyway. Because have you seen this struggle face?
Yeah, but I mean, I
Sorry,
think
that was ugly.
who knows? She might have, because it wasn't obviously all that long until Facebook started to really become a thing.
She knew him way back when,
Mhm.
and she loved him then.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody for everybody.
Right.
Sis.
But now he's gone from just being like a douche to. But some people have said she should have known better because Facebook was originally to share women's,
Yeah, grievances from men about women.
yeah,
Like what?
and pictures and
Yeah. I mean, it's on brand. We've seen him.
Yeah, she knew what
I'm
she
sure
was
people
getting.
were not beating his door down. Let's just be honest. Okay.
but
But how's he sleeping with himself at night, knowing the manipulation of the platform he's allowing?
he has no soul
He doesn't care.
because he has no soul.
Baby, karma is gonna spin the block.
God, I hope so.
It will.
I hope she does divorce his ass and just takes him to the cleaners. Because
way
even
he
though
was
I'm kind
keeping
of like,
over-
girl, like, you did kind of clearly know what you were getting yourself into. But still.
But the way he was openly like peeping at little Miss Boobs over here.
Well, how do you not? I would probably have been too, in all honesty.
Like, girl, you got him out. Girl, them things was sitting up here.
While Jeff couldn't tell her how to dress, still.
Girl, I didn't know Jeff was cockeyed.
You didn't know that?
I don't know.
That man that hard.
For years. Years.
God,
Years, ma'am. Years. Yeah.
Not a secret.
did not know that. It's like,
Since way back
Yeah.
when.
that's when you have to go in and look
I
hard.
think I might have actually discovered it when the whole drama of him and what's her name? Lauren.
The ex-wife.
I don't like saying her name for obvious reasons. I don't like sharing her name.
Duly noted.
So I'm very, very glad that I go by LB.
Well, at least you don't share those eyes with him, because let me tell you, and I looked, I said, no. Now he can go get that done. There are procedures for that. Is he?
He doesn't need to. Like,
I would have fixed that.
he could be a big fat slob and he would still have women crawling all over him.
Well, Kim rapped about it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Money, power, respect.
Exactly.
Let's be clear. But if we believe Melania can't stand him, she's in it for all the trappings that being the first lady brings. Because I want to say I heard a news report or something that said she really enjoyed her time as first lady.
I mean, her expression is the same if she's happy, sad, whatever. It is frozen. That lady is, what is she? Or is it like,
No, I did. Apparently, she smiled because I saw a little snippet, thanks to TikTok. Although I probably shouldn't say that because now he wants to take it away because he realized that we're making fun of him on it.
because it's now
Yeah.
worthless.
Yeah, it's suddenly worthless because he remembers how much everybody on TikTok can dunk on him. Anyway, but someone posted and he was like telling this story about her at inauguration. Did y'all see this yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I should have sent it to you. And I thought about sending it to you, and I was like, they probably both already seen this, and they'll be like,
Never assume with
okay,
me.
I'll just,
Never.
okay. So I won't make that mistake ever again. He was like, well, she's tired and she's an amazing woman and I love you so much and blah, 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 but she's tired. And it's like, honey, can I tell them? And she's like, so there was like kind of like a half smile because I remember being like, oh, we were joking that like she's never had a different expression. Just saw one.
It's very brief, huh?
Yeah. But like some bullshit conversation between the two of them about how she really loved being like back in the White House, even though she was tired, her feet were tired.
Well, she had on Christian Louboutin, so Kate at inauguration is what it looked like.
Yeah, well, there was some conversation about I don't know, I was only half listening, having to walk to the helicopter. Yeah, I mean, he makes it real relatable.
That guy.
But she was like, she muttered something and she's like kind of trying to look up from under her hat. It was awesome because it was just so fucking awkward.
Ugh. What else has he done this week besides the fashions? The fashions get an F, okay? Wait a minute. Before we go from there, can we talk about Carrie Underwood and this like little fit that she had? Because her audio didn't come on.
Girl, you
And
ain't Beyonce.
diva.
She thinks she is. She
But
thinks
they
she
said
is.
she carried on after that performance and was like, I didn't get the same respect as Beyonce and Lady Gaga. I made a video about it. Girl, you are not either one of them.
That and you chose the wrong team, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Had you sung for the right team, things would have been on point
They
for
might
you.
have treated you like Beyonce, even
And
though you don't deserve it.
Ariana, her message, girl, find the note.
Yeah.
And you have to watch the video and see VP Harris behind Carrie as she's singing. And her face was classic Black woman. Because what's happening here?
She was trying so hard to hide it.
Well, karma spun the block.
Because she didn't
Karma.
acknowledge her.
Yes, karma spun the block
She's
on her.
like, everybody knew what that face was. That sounded like shit. You couldn't say it. You did the best you could. Even Doug was looking strange.
Oh my
She
God, can
even
we
tilted the head. It was
Real fast. Well, after you mentioned Doug, can we talk about how he had to tell JD to fucking wait for his wife to get out of the car?
no
That,
no manners.
but that is indicative, apparently, of
Because they're nothing. They are not partners. They are just like playthings that are supposed to follow behind them. They don't give a fuck. That is how they are raised. The woman is just supposed to come along whenever because she is literally just there for a photo op and to make other men jealous. That is their only reason to have them.
and shame on her for accepting that.
Oh, I know. That's the other reason I don't care that she looked like she was going
To the
to
prom.
prom. Like,
I'm going to tell you, she was the only one that seemed like she had any emotion at the church when they were doing that service with this wonderful bishop that was telling, like,
you could tell
you
she
know,
knew that was wrong.
She knew, and she was sitting there like the rest of them were like, how dare you speak
Yeah.
to me this way? And she was kind of like, like she felt it. But the rest
Yeah.
of them, and especially that real hard on the eyes daughter that's now pregnant, Tiffany,
She's pregnant? Oh,
That
listen,
changed.
when I tell you, I rested and I did not spin the block on
later.
pretty much
I didn't
most of that
watch it.
coverage.
No,
I didn't watch
like-
any of it.
No, but I'm
Literally.
saying even afterwards, like
Oh, no, I
in
definitely.
the ensuing
so I could
days,
laugh. So I could laugh. And her face was a struggle face on top of what it normally is. She was kind of looking like, why are you speaking to me like this? Like, and she leaned forward and I was like, ma'am, you are not above reproach. You're in a church. This woman said what she said. No, you don't have to do anything about it. It's just kind of, to me, I felt like it's kind of a warning.
but everybody's up in arms. And I believe Trump is advocating for that bishop to be like sanctioned or something because she took the opportunity to say, have mercy.
And she should apologize to him. The girl will keep waiting. And she said, I'm not. Get somebody else to do it.
And can I take this moment? Scapalion.
Yes, she is. But you know, he says he is.
Girl.
Saying
No,
LV claiming those
you
are
can
your
have him.
people.
Those are your people.
Don't be mad about it now. Throw
I'm
him
also
back
just
to
waiting for
Hawaii.
the dogs to stop barking, but we do not claim him. Absolutely not.
I don't
We
know
are
who
for
does.
I'm sorry, he don't live here. I don't know who he is. His name ain't on the door. Name ain't on the mailbox.
Do we think when he gets to heaven, God is gonna be
But
like,
shut up. Stop all that foolery. Because
You
you
think
just
he's even
started
gonna
off wrong.
How
listen,
are you gonna let him start to even start?
see,
Being
what if he got there and Jesus was like,
Yeah.
depart from me. I never knew you. Just go. Just go. I don't know you. I don't know you.
To be as
Mhm.
evil,
Go to the elevator. It'll take you down to the big H.
like when you were on that elevator and you decided that I'm going to be president. You remember that famous
Mhm.
elevator scene?
Mhm.
Maybe it'll just go down.
I believe in the symbolism. But see, here's the thing, he himself, because he's not religious. He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in heaven. He doesn't believe in hell. He just doesn't give a fuck.
He's just,
No, he came out with a book.
I don't care. That is a lie.
girl, that was a sham.
This
It's a way to make money.
okay, you
It
will
is.
never meet a human like this that is religious. And here's why. Because they literally don't give a fuck what happens. And that's why they get away with it. Because they know they can, and they do whatever the fuck they want because they know there are no consequences here or in the afterlife. They are the scariest people on the planet, and he is one of them. So he don't care. He sat in that church. It's not a church.
It's a
Cathedral.
Cathedral. Okay.
And listen to that bishop.
He was about to go to sleep.
Yeah, he didn't care. And then his remarks after, I don't even know that he knows what a sermon is. He sounded kind of confused.
I mean, is
So-
it dementia?
It might be. Or syphilis.
Syphilis
Said it
induced
before.
dementia?
Apparently, it can cause it.
Allegedly.
Speculation. All speculation. Not saying it's necessarily my opinion. Many people have said it, mainly me. But
And me.
there's no other explanation for him to act that way in that church. If he had truly been interested in what that bishop had to say, there would have been something on his face as she pleaded with him to do the right thing to humans and for humans.
Here.
There was nothing. That
Mhm.
is terrifying. That means there is nothing there.
Only person was JD Vance's wife.
Literally,
Go
she was
back
the
and
only
look at
one.
that clip, and it's kind of like, oh, that's why she got out of there when he was going to put his hand on that Bible.
But this is why I'm like this right now.
Okay,
I
so tell
saw
us,
that, and
what else has made you crazy, LV?
Elon Musk has been my I'm just like, I can't believe my eyes when I see a man do the thing he did.
It wasn't a salute.
Well, and here's the thing. All these people trying to be like, oh, it was a Roman salute. Okay, so still a fascist hand gesture, right? Saying it was the Roman salute does not make it any better. Also, this whole, he has autism. He was just very excited. Enough adults with autism have come out and been like, you can't.
Autism is not taking the hit for this one.
The only people that I have seen claiming it could be autism are parents of autistic children. And it's like, okay, but you're still talking about a child
Talking about a grown man.
He's a whole grown man.
who is the richest man on the face of the earth. So he's obviously not that, he's made it this far.
He knows what to do.
Yeah. Because while he hasn't totally worked for everything, it's not Trump. He has done some work. Some. More than Trump. How anyone could be supporting that is just beyond me. And they are folding themselves into these crazy ass pretzels. And I'm like, he literally did a Nazi salute.
Absolutely.
See how, like, I
That's
just,
all we have.
It's
Silence.
horrible.
and then the fact that all of these white supremacist groups are like seeing this as their call, like the Proud Boys, and they're openly talking about it.
Emboldened.
I'm literally terrified. I'm terrified for you guys. I'm terrified. If he feels that comfortable to do that and
Mhm.
see people still fucking 2 toes down, like day one, I thought they'd at least give it a couple of days before they tried something.
No,
Oh,
no. They were already ready. They were already ready. They were ready.
Just, I will go on and on about that because, like, I just did not see that one coming.
And I guess this sounds sad, right? This probably is going to sound sad. So I'm not surprised. I feel like I've seen so much of this in my lifetime that I don't want to say I'm numb. I'm just like, okay, here we go again.
another day.
Here we go.
And see, now I
Another
feel
day.
embarrassed that I made it all the way to 42
No, I mean,
without
but
just realizing that, like, it is that, like, I mean, I knew it was that bad, but I guess I truly thought they were going to be like, let's just get in and make sure that approval rating is in the dunker right off the bat. And then, we're going to sign all that. And then we'll start doing Nazi salutes because we'll let them know that this
no,
is.
that win emboldened them. They were as my mom would say, they were sitting already this time. They were ready.
And they've had time to.
They've had time to prepare, plan, strategize. We're still early in the game. We just had kickoff.
Yeah.
We've only been in the game a minute.
And they've been plotting this since they got kicked out of the White House.
Absolutely. And again, as someone who is a person of deep color, this ain't the first time, won't be the last.
What do we think about the January 6 offenders?
God.
It's a travesty. And for someone who says that they support police officers, those police, particularly, I don't think any of them should have gotten pardoned, but particularly the ones who were violent against police officers. And I know that police unions are railing against this, but I hope they rail, whatever, a lot louder about it and, put him on notice.
So I have a couple. There have been a couple of pretty major statements from police organizations, including the Fraternal Order of Police, who had endorsed Trump in 2024. And the International Association of Chiefs of Police also criticized the pardons.
But you endorsed him. And
Right?
you knew what he was about because he did say he was going to free them.
Mm-hmm.
He was elected.
They clearly just FAFO'd. And I hate to see it because,
Do
like,
you?
here's the thing. I'm a military brat. I back the military. I back good law enforcement, right? What those men at the Capitol did, those were good officers, right?
They didn't deserve it.
I believe that there are some good police officers. I have known some. And then that whole thing. So I support the police and they want to say they support the police, but then they're totally okay. I mean, some of the things that these guys did, and Trump's being like, oh, they've been in jail for years.
He should be in
None
jail.
of them, like, it's not like they got charged the next day. No.
Well, I mean, and now I heard something about Derek Chauvin. They want him to be released. I saw a clip last night.
That's George Floyd guy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I think I think a couple sets of charges. I think he has state charges, which they have no jurisdiction over. And
Does he have federal
I think
as well?
federal hate crime charges. I mean,
Yeah.
So they can get that, but
his name is even being put out
Yes.
here. That's
Shame.
that's the thing. It's to stir up confusion, right?
but I think again, they feel emboldened. They absolutely feel emboldened.
And here's the thing. Trump knows his crazy ones that he just let out that have already done this for them. And then He let them out. He was their savior before. Now,
He's their God king.
literally, like, there is nothing higher. He is building his army.
Absolutely. For whatever's happening next.
He is
I-
building his army brick by brick.
I hope there's a level of accountability that voters will hold him to and will behave accordingly. Yeah, he can't run again, but maybe
Well, they have put
He's
out.
trying. The Republicans are trying.
And guess where that
I
was
mean,
from?
I know.
Tennessee. Good old Tennessee.
Thanks for that.
but it's going to fail because Constitution, and it would have to be put through both houses of Congress and then have to be ratified by the states, and that's going to be a no. It's
We
going to
think.
be a no. I don't think, based on the threshold of states they need for that to pass, I don't think there would be enough states that would pass that.
I don't put anything past anyone.
I feel like that's one of those that's a little bit more unlikely than some of the other things we have going on. Anything that's in the Constitution that they're trying to overturn, I don't think will happen because it takes a while when you're doing all of that to get the states to ratify, and every state won't do it at the same time. And think about it. There'll be states that are against that are going to drag their feet.
California, New York. We're counting on you.
I think I just read somewhere that the Equal Rights Amendment finally got ratified. After over 28 years, I think, it finally got ratified. I forget which state. There was a state who finally passed it, and it hit the
Yeah.
threshold that it needed. So, and Biden signed it before he left office.
So let's
So-
talk about that the EEO, that executive order.
Again, I mean,
Warning.
people say Trump is not racist. He does not like people of color, and good, bad, or indifferent. He's a mediocre man, and he wants to return some things based on merit. The country wasn't even built on merit. It's never been based on merit. It's a good old boy network. It's about to be an oligarchy, and they're
there.
they're circling the wagons, gonna keep it all in the family, and yeah, they don't want a level playing field. They want to absolute power corrupts absolutely. Standing on it. But the FAFO part of this is some of the very people who benefited from many of these
Initiatives.
initiatives are going to be the people hurt the most, i.e.,
Wait a
let's
second.
take a-
You're smiling while you're saying that. Miss, I feel sorry for them. You're
listen,
still
no.
smiling.
So I find it very ironic because people will rail against affirmative action and think only black people, right? But
But not.
black people are not the primary beneficiaries
Yeah.
of affirmative action.
Y'all are just
They
the
have not.
loudest.
Yeah, we've been the loudest, but
Mhm.
we're not. When you look at affirmative action stats, white
Yep.
women have
Yeah.
benefited the most from affirmative action.
I know that. I
Right?
know that.
But then, in an odd twist of fate, the Asian young man who brought the lawsuit, that it was a setup and he was funded to get that lawsuit against Harvard up to the Supreme Court. Guess whose admissions are down this year? And guess whose admissions stayed the same? So, yeah. People are shooting themselves in the foot because guess what? Good, bad, or indifferent, we're survivors. And we just go keep it on. But
We have the most degrees of anyone with their post-secondary degrees, Black women.
mediocre.
And you're the smartest. Like,
Mediocre.
but that's why
men.
y'all are the loudest. Because you're the smartest.
Yet people won't follow us.
I know.
People
You know
will
I
not
follow you
us.
both wherever you go like a little puppy.
And they
People
would
will not-
follow Kamala. And now look what we have.
I so
Somebody super mediocre who is a Nepo baby.
he's not even super mediocre. He is beneath that.
Window
Because
licker?
seriously, like my V. I've never liked him, but watching his face in that church with that bishop, I heard what she said. Like, I got emotional watching that, like watching how much conviction when I saw nothing there. He's the Antichrist.
We're giving rise to it. And
Yeah.
I have held a grudge against him since the Central Park, now
Yeah.
exonerated 5. He called for them to be lynched.
What?
Teenagers. Teenagers. I'm sorry. I'm never going to forget that. Who were innocent and had not had their day in court. Took out a full-page ad in the New York Times.
And
people
Nelly
try-
said, show me where he's racist.
Right there. Oh, well, that was a long time ago. He's learned. Okay. Okay.
He's learning us now, huh?
Well, he's going to learn about that residency that he has in Las Vegas.
Like when they're like, oh, he's learned. And it's like, no, we're showing you examples where we're saying this is racist shit. So it's still a pattern. I don't know. Critical thinking clearly does not apply.
Why are you expecting that from people that lick windows? You
I
look
know.
in comments when you make
It's
any
wild,
post.
though.
The level of ignorance that comes out of backwoods and
They
alleys
can't
and things.
spell.
No,
grammar.
using all caps, sentences and verbs, like no
Adjectives are
agreement, nothing. Nothing goes together. But you are on Beyonce's internet sounding like a damn fool.
and so pompous about it. I was
Mhm.
told to get off my soapbox. And I'm like, I'm going to show you what getting on a soapbox looks like, sir. Because this was just a comment on someone else's
He doesn't know
video.
what a soapbox is. He probably doesn't even know what soap is.
Yeah. But I was like, I'm going to get up on my soapbox now.
Can you imagine? Like, we're going to have to do this for 4 freaking years.
Y'all, are we just turning into a politics?
I
No,
mean,
we're not.
I know.
we're not, but this is so fresh, right? This
Yeah.
is the first week, and it has been havoc and chaos.
It impacts everyday life. I mean, it's topical and it impacts what's going on in our world.
Yes,
So don't worry, friends. It is
we'll be back
okay.
talking shit about other stuff soon. But
We'll be back
Right
on
now.
Diddy. Probably
Yeah.
need to pick up Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds
We
a
need
little
to,
bit.
oh,
I'm caught up, so maybe I
Well,
need to do some research.
you got a little time, thankfully.
Okay, y'all send me what I
Honey.
need to look at.
Nay.
Woo!
That tea is piping hot.
Is it?
That is awkward central.
Go to Candace Owens' Instagram.
I'm not looking at her shit.
No, go to her. No. I'm not a kid. I don't follow her. Search her and then click on her stories. I'm telling you, baby, she dropped it all.
She did
dropped
the
it
same
all.
thing with Andrew Gilliam, and I ain't like Dissent.
We won't even go there.
I ain't like none of that.
Didn't either.
And it was how she did it. So that's a whole different story for another day. But
Click her stories.
Can't wait
So.
for that one.
Click
Okay.
her stories. She's
maybe
got
I'll do it.
probably 25, 30 up.
I just, we have to be prepared that things are going to be excused that were once condemned. We have to be conditioned for that. We can't get upset all the time.
But I hope there's a level of accountability eventually. Let's hold some feet to the fire. Like,
Yeah.
I really hope, let's say the Fraternal Order of Police. Don't forget this. And
Right.
don't forget how
they made a
Republicans
public-
were silent.
And the Fraternal Order of Police made a public statement. Like, stand by it. Don't flippy floppy on this one.
Exactly. I hope they remember it and they stand on business in 2 years when they're looking at candidates to endorse.
Don't worry, I'll remind you. I have screenshots.
But I mean, the thing that I've seen a lot of people saying, like, what do we do next? What do we do? I know for 82%, it was like, we're going to sit back and let everybody else have it. But
No,
can we
but-
do that?
That's what I was just about to say, like, on behalf of white women, please help us.
So I'm going to say that
We don't know what we're doing, clearly.
there are some 92%ers who are stepping up. They're not resting because, we're watching systems be systematically destroyed and forever and changed, probably, hopefully not for a generation, but some of the impacts are going to be felt for a while. But I think where we can, we're going to just we're going to step back and let the FAFO. Let
As long
Irma
as you
spin
all
block.
as long as y'all are not actually just gonna make us figure this out, because I know you warned us that might happen, and that cannot. And
I think a lot will depend on the women because, listen, I feel some kind of way about all of this.
I know you
really do.
And you know that I do not blame you for having those feelings. I am just terrified, and I do not have faith. I do not have faith that we cannot.
I get it. Help people organize.
I think we all, both sides, to an extent, love to live in an echo chamber. I think as more consequences come about, i.e. tariffs, i.e. other things that hit people in their financial pockets, as they keep getting reminded that the cost of eggs are not going down, as they keep getting reminded the cost of gas is not going down, all of those things, and that many of their costs are getting higher, should be reminded that taxes for anybody making under $300,000,
$360.
$360, not getting any lower, will probably be raised again because they want to extend the tax cuts. And I believe because, again, they feel like they have a mandate, he wants to take it further. And so
We're in for a long time.
Well, and what drives me bonkers is the guy that goes around, what's his name? Shit. But he was doing a sidewalk.
tariffs,
Yes.
there have been a couple of those. Who pays
But
tariffs?
no. But another guy jumped in. This was where this one was different. Another guy jumped in. Oh, it was Walter Masterson or whatever his name is. A guy jumps in and is like, look, like just from the street, like real interesting looking, like very artistic. You could tell he was liberal, but like he was like, no. This is what I do.
I import,
I-
export.
Like, this is what I do. Let me explain to you how this works. I pay the tariff and then I make it more expensive for you to buy my item. And the guy was like, oh, really? Well, no. And then he was like, no. Like, and the guy was like, wow, I probably shouldn't have spoken because I'm clearly not educated enough in this. Like, it clearly got through a little bit.
I think we have to do more. This next 4 years is probably going to be quite the time for civics lessons.
I was just about to say that it's going to be a one big long civics lesson.
Civics, yeah. We got to.
That's why I made the video, being like, this is how this works and this is what actually happened.
Yeah, civics in action. These are going to be real life civics lessons that we have. Going to be some re-educating, and sounds like we need to double down with our school systems and
Well,
make
great.
sure
Department
the
of
civic
Education.
curriculum.
Too bad we need a Department of Education to do that.
Yeah. So this is what we get. Window lickers. New generation of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Conclusion to the week. A shit show. But let's go around. Good, bad, and ugly.
All right. My good is that one of my goals for this year is to get organized. I'm not perfect. It's not where I wanted it to be this month, but it's happening. Organizational Shannon is loading. Okay, LV.
I love how you're like fighting through the terror.
Listen, it's a struggle,
I know.
but I'm making it happen. I really am. I'm determined this year. It's got to happen. Got to be organized.
Okay.
I want to be like you. I'm just not, as like, it's going to happen.
Happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for you, LV. It's
Someday.
gonna happen for you. No, we're gonna make it happen this year. We're gonna stay
I've tried
motivated.
so many
We're
times
gonna-
with manifesting that one. It doesn't work for me.
What if we, do a little accountability partnership? No, still won't happen. I feel the peer pressure, so I have to work to make it
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, like that damn Christmas tree.
Huh?
That damn Christmas tree.
My Christmas tree is gone. What are you talking about?
It was. But how long did it take? Accountability. Accountability, ma'am.
Mine's coming down this weekend. But see, here's the beauty of it. I always tell on myself.
Okay, Donald
Always
Trump.
tell on myself.
No,
you just hitting us with zingers.
So we brought you up when you said
So
we need
insulted in my life.
accountability here. And I'm like, yeah, the Christmas tree. Because I had to stay on you about that. I had to go into your lives and kind of damn
Oh,
near
and shame
shame
me?
you. Yes. Girl, when is that Christmas tree coming down?
It was coming down, ma'am. It was coming down. It was just, obsessed.
See,
I didn't even
I
say
would've told
anything
her-
about LV.
I'm still making videos so that I'll have them ready for next year.
On what app?
Wherever I want it to be.
Me.
Wherever I want it to be.
Okay. Trump has
I'm
said it's
trying to arrange
worthless.
it. I know. Well, God, I wanted to scream.
We've got plenty of time to scream.
Yeah. He
Raging against the machine, baby.
So what's your good?
My good? This realization. We started a podcast at literally the time. Considering we are all clearly very political, but we all believe that our politics doesn't define us. So we can rage when we need to rage, and then we can try to focus on other things when it's able to be focused on, right? That's my
Okay.
good.
All right, Stacey, you're good?
I have been tame this week. I don't think I've cussed anybody this week. I don't think I called anybody a naughty name. Yeah, put the glasses on. Me. I don't think I've cussed anybody.
No, she doesn't think. She doesn't think she cussed anybody. She's not 100% certain. She just doesn't think.
Yeah. She's got a video flying pointing out.
John's misfortune.
Yeah.
I didn't cuss John, though.
I
sniggled.
know, but I'm just saying it's like,
It's a little nasty. But John should have been smarter. And we didn't have a snowstorm. Look, that's good. I've not been trapped in the house.
could have been worse.
I've had 2 this month, and word on the street is another snowstorm's loading
No.
for Georgia.
You got to be kidding me.
Word on the street, don't know. I need to check it out, but someone told me that there's a good chance in the next 14 days we're going to get more snow.
I'm telling you, Mother Nature fucking hates Trump.
She is sick of us.
She is
She's
like,
just sick of us on Earth. She's just
Mhm.
sick of us.
she's like, y'all had people trying to warn you.
And you
I'm
did
going
not
into
listen.
full-blown menopause right now. So buckle up, bitches. Like, what?
Yeah. And here we are.
Like, you pissed me off. I'm in menopause. Y'all are fucked.
This is what you get. You get what you get.
What about our bad and ugly? Do we have one as a collective?
Do we even need to talk about it? This entire
Like, we
episode
talked
was
about
like,
it.
I was
the
going to
whole
say, this
time.
episode was the bad and the ugly.
The U.S. right now, current state of affairs. Bad and ugly. Shit show.
If you're listening to this in another country,
Yeah, I know. We've blinked
and
twice.
we're not all idiots.
Well, Canada said they may turn off our light if he imposes
That part. I'm just serious up there.
sick our shit.
Hey, but the president of Mexico, baby, she let Trump know she not one to be played with either.
Love it.
Well, and Denmark.
Oh, yes,
Some-
about
some
Greenland.
official in Denmark was like, get fucked. He was like, let me
It
put this in it. He literally said, get fucked.
And then that other man was like, yeah, that's not the appropriate terms to use. But you have to speak on people's level.
A level that they'll understand.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the United States and our current political system right now.
Yeah. I can't handle any more of this content of the Gulf of America.
Hillary almost fell out of that chair. She was laughing when he said that.
That was
no,
that.
No. She sniggled. I like that better. She was back there sniggling.
Niggling and giggling. Yeah.
And then people running with it. I'm like, do you realize how ridiculous you look? I know. I know.
And you got to know the Republicans in Congress know that shouldn't even be our focus. They know. That's just,
What about the egg? What about the egg?
Mm-mm.
groceries,
Yeah.
gas, it ain't coming down. But I'm going to do that on day one.
Mhm.
Grow eggs on day one.
We're going to point that out. And they're still going to believe
Dead
that
bad.
Excuse it.
it's, yeah. But they're going to be like, but,
He didn't literally mean day one.
well, and then they'll be like, I mean, they did go down a little. Because they'll just lie. They don't care.
Welcome to 2025, guys.
Yay!
Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll bring you all of the drama and our perspectives.
We're screwed.
This is funny.
Oh, I'm putting bloopers in at the end of every episode.
All right. Am I welcoming?
Yeah.
All right. Hello there. Welcome in. I'd like to welcome you to the
Wait a minute. You got to start all over because I was sticking my tongue out in the midst of it.
Damn.
Okay, hold on. Let me get myself together.
And this one isn't going to be able to control herself.
That's what's terrifying.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was like,
Sorry.
wait, no, it's okay. But I was like, not again.
No.
Take us out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.